Caseus, Jedi Apprentice. Chapter 10. Caseus was looked after by doctors and medical staff for the better half of the day before he was finally allowed to rest. As he slept, he dreamt of many things. Far-off worlds he'd never been to, a cave in front of a large sea, and vague but familiar faces of people he'd never seen before. He was awoken the next day late in the afternoon by a hand on his shoulder.
Wake up, Caseus. You're wanted by the council.
Caseus opened his eyes. His body was still aching, especially his chest and head, but he felt far more rested than he had felt in months. His eyes met those of his master, now free of the bandages on her hands and head. "Where's Corbyn? Is he okay?"
He's waiting for you in the council chamber with Sarah.
"Master, I'm sorry that—"
We can talk about this later, Caseus. Off you go.
Caseus looked to his right and saw a new tunic and a set of robes set out for him. He got dressed and made his way to the high council chamber. Just outside the chamber doors, Corbyn was waiting, talking with Sarah, a new prosthetic arm attached at his shoulder.
Caseus!
Sarah and Corbyn walked over to him. "Hey guys. Corbyn, how are you feeling?"
I'm okay. This thing itches like crazy, though.
"I'm sorry, Corbyn. I never meant for you to get hurt." Corbyn smiled softly, looking at his new limb before looking at Caseus.
Hey, what's a Jedi's life without a little risk? I'm alive. That's what's important.
And we saved a lot of people. I just hope the council isn't too harsh on us.
The council door opened as one of the high-ranking masters of the order ushered them in. "I guess we'll find out." The three Padawans stepped into the chamber, surrounded by seats filled with the most powerful and wise Jedi of the order. Master Yoda and Master Windu presided at the head. Caseus hadn't been before the council since he was a small child, having his latent abilities tested. Now here he stood again, with his friends, all eyes upon them.
Sarah, Caseus, Corbyn. We have much to discuss. Over these past several days, you've shown a high level of disregard for the rules set in place during such a dangerous time.
The Padawans nodded respectfully as Master Plo Koon spoke up.
You put yourselves in a lot of danger, and very well could have died. Your actions over the past 2 days were highly irresponsible, and have resulted in bodily harm to yourselves and damage to the temple.
Caseus looked up at the masters. "I'm aware, Master. However, I must make it known to you that our intentions were to stop any further attacks."
Noble intentions aside, you must understand the gravity of what you involved yourselves in.
"I do, Master. And I'm ready to accept whatever course of action you deem necessary. I ask only that the punishment be mine alone. Sarah and Corbyn were involved only because I asked for their help. Had they refused, I would have gone alone if need be."
Regardless, they agreed to accompany you, and will be held accountable for their actions, as will you.
Master Ki-Adi-Mundi spoke up. "I don't feel I'm alone in believing that your actions were not solely of noble intent, young one. Your master was gravely injured in the last attack. Can you say with absolute certainty that you were motivated out of a sense of justice rather than revenge?" Caseus stood still, thinking to himself. Of course he wanted revenge, even though he knew it was wrong. But more than anything, he only wanted to see the attacks brought to an end. "I don't deny it, Master. I was angry, and I wanted nothing more than to bring down the people responsible for hurting my master. But after finding out that Dravok was behind everything, I realized how complicated the situation truly was. I wasn't the only one affected by these attacks, and perhaps I should have thought things through, trusting in the Force rather than my emotions. But I don't regret what I did. If we hadn't gotten involved, the damage would have been far more severe." Master Yoda stroked his chin, looking at Caseus and back to Master Windu.
Caseus, why do you walk the path of the Jedi?
Caseus thought to himself, contemplating how to answer such a question. "Until a few days ago, I followed the Jedi path because it's all I've ever known. But now, I feel that I follow the Jedi path because there are people out there who need us. People we can no longer turn a blind eye to. And I have a duty, as do all of us, to help those people. And I have a responsibility to protect the Jedi and our way of life, so we can continue to do so.
Caseus, you are correct in your beliefs. As Jedi, our duty is to aid the oppressed and downtrodden in the galaxy. How we go about aiding them, however, can make all the difference. Dravok held the same beliefs we all do. What Dravok fails to realize is that as powerful as we are, suffering and strife are inevitable. The dark side of the Force is ever present. We can't save everyone. Do you realize this?
I do. Master Takai taught me long ago that no one is strong enough to solve every problem. As hard as that is to accept, it's a part of life. Master Yoda nodded.
Understand you do. What Dravok was too stubborn to accept. A danger there is in trying to stop the inevitable. Seek power to control what cannot be controlled. A Jedi must not. Great evil can noble intentions foster.
If I may speak, Master. Are we in trouble? I accept whatever judgment you see fit, but I'd like to know.
Me too. We did this together. We'll face the consequences together.
Master Yoda looked to the other members of the council before turning his attention to the Padawans.
No judgment shall we pass. Saved many lives, your actions have.
Make no mistake. We do not approve of such dangerous acts, especially from 3 Padawans. With that said, you showed great initiative in what you did. Had you not carried out your mission, we may not have been speaking here today. We owe you a debt of gratitude, and we hope these experiences will one day mold you into wise Jedi.
Thank you, Master.
Be on your way now. May the Force be with us all.
Caseus and his friends bowed and turned to leave. Caseus, however, lingered briefly. What happened to Dravok?
It appears that Dravok used his extensive knowledge of the temple to evade us. We believe he's fled the system to go into hiding.
What happens when he comes back?
You needn't worry, Caseus. The Order has taken extensive precautions following these attacks. Security will be restructured and reformed from now on, and Dravok's actions have been made known to the Republic authorities. If he enters the system again, we'll be ready.
Okay. Thank you, Master. Caseus left with Sarah and Corbyn to the front steps of the temple, gazing at the setting sun as it crested the towers in the distance.
Well, that was interesting.
You guys think Dravok will come back?
Don't worry about that right now, Corbyn. The temple is safe, and we made it out of this mess.
Yeah. I think moving forward, I should start taking my training a lot more seriously.
Me too. I plan on speaking to Master Dralig about expanding my skills in lightsaber combat.
Those are good plans.
What about you, Caseus?
Caseus looked at the sunset. I'll think about that tomorrow. For now, I'm just happy to have made it back.
Well, you had a little help.
Caseus laughed and stood beside his friends. Yeah, a little. Caseus put his arms around Sarah and Corbyn as they gazed off into the horizon. The day drew to an end, and Caseus visited his master in the meditation chambers.
Greetings, Padawan.
Hello, Master. Mind if I join you? Master Takai smiled and motioned to the seat across from her.
I sense there's something on your mind.
Actually, I was going to say the same to you.
What do you mean?
Master, you knew Dravok better than you let on, didn't you? What exactly happened between you two? Master Takai sighed and looked at her pupil.
When I was about your age, I met Dravok during lessons with my master. We grew close and shared a lot of the same beliefs and ideas. I'd dare to say we became closer than 2 Jedi should be. But over the years, Dravok changed. His views became more extreme. While I continued to grow and learn how complex the galaxy and the Republic were, I began to distance myself from the black and white views I once held. Dravok did the opposite. He entrenched himself in his beliefs, no matter what I tried to tell him. We became estranged after that. Still, I never believed he could be capable of what he did. Maybe I just didn't want to believe.
I understand, Master. And again, I'm sorry for putting myself in danger. I know I'm not exactly the perfect student. Master Takai looked proudly at Caseus.
You have much to learn, Caseus. But there is no one I'd rather teach than you. For all your dangerous stunts, your heart is in the right place. That's all I can ask for.
Caseus smiled softly to his master.
Now, shall we begin?
Whenever you're ready.
There is no emotion.
There's peace.
There is no ignorance.
There is knowledge.
There is no passion.
There is serenity.
There is no chaos.
There is harmony.
There is no death.
There is the Force.